Imagine deciding to walk from South Africa to the icy tip of South America, with no maps, no roads, no shoes, and no idea if the Earth even ends. Now, imagine doing it while being hunted by saber-toothed cats, freezing in sub-zero temperatures, and carrying your entire life on your back. Sounds like a suicide mission, right? Yet, 70,000 years ago, our ancient ancestors did exactly that. Without GPS, horses, or even wheels, humans managed to colonize almost every single continent on Earth. So, how did a frail, hairless ape, with no sharp claws, conquer the entire globe on foot? What secret cheat codes did they use to survive ocean crossings that should have been impossible? Let's unlock the hidden story of ancient human travel. Before cars, trains, or even domesticated animals, humans had only one mode of transport: persistence. You see, compared to a cheetah or a horse, humans are ridiculously slow. But we have a secret weapon that made us the ultimate long-distance travelers: sweat. Most animals cool down by panting, which means they can't run and cool down at the same time for long. Humans, however, shed their fur and developed millions of sweat glands. We became biological endurance machines. An ancient traveler didn't need to outrun a prey animal. They just needed to keep walking until the animal collapsed from heat exhaustion. This allowed small bands of hunter-gatherers to cover 15 to 20 miles a day, expanding their territory generation by generation. Around 20,000 years ago, the world froze. The Ice Age locked up massive amounts of ocean water into giant glaciers. Ocean levels plummeted by over 300 feet. And this created something incredible: giant land bridges connecting continents that are today separated by deep oceans. The most famous of these was Beringia, a massive swath of tundra connecting modern-day Siberia to Alaska. Ancient humans didn't build bridges. Nature built them for free. Following herds of woolly mammoths and bison, families trudged through freezing winds, crossing thousands of miles of icy plains without even realizing they were stepping onto a brand new continent: the Americas. Walking across land bridges makes sense. But how on earth did ancient people reach distant islands like Australia over 50,000 years ago, or the isolated islands of the Pacific? The answer lies in one of the greatest engineering feats of human history: the invention of watercraft. Long before complex machinery, humans crafted dugout canoes and bamboo rafts. In the Pacific, Polynesian navigators pulled off the impossible. They traveled thousands of miles across open ocean with zero instruments. How? They memorized the night sky. They read the direction of ocean swells, decoded flight patterns of birds, and even tasted the water to feel changes in salinity and temperature. They treated the ocean not as a barrier, but as a giant liquid highway. For tens of thousands of years, humans carried everything on their own spines. But then came two revolutionary breakthroughs that changed travel forever. First, domestication. Around 5,500 years ago in the Eurasian steppes, humans did something wild. They climbed onto the back of a horse. Suddenly, travel speed tripled. Donkeys, camels, and oxen were trained to carry heavy loads, creating early trade routes like the Silk Road. Second, the wheel. Invented around 3,500 BC in Mesopotamia, the wheel wasn't initially used for transportation. It was a potter's wheel. But once someone flipped it on its side and attached it to a wooden axle, carts were born. Heavy cargo could now be moved overland with ease. Roads were built, empires expanded, and distance began to shrink. From barefoot endurance, walking through African savannas, across frozen ice bridges, over treacherous ocean waves, to riding horse-drawn carts. Ancient human travel was built on adaptability, courage, and sheer curiosity. Every step our ancestors took cleared the path for the modern interconnected world we live in today. And that same restless desire to see what's beyond the horizon is what drives us to explore space today.